Good evening and welcome. I'm Leslie Sullivan. I may not be the CEO of Bone Smash yet, but I'm very honored to be your host tonight for the 23rd Annual Game Developers Choice Awards. I've got to be honest, I'm very nervous to be up here because I have very big shoes to fill. The hosts before me have been legendary game designers, studio heads, actual CEOs. You get the picture. Me? I'm employed in games for the time being. I'm just up here because I make TikToks that are critical about the industry. Hey, thank you. But the reality is, I love games. And it turns out I love making them even more, even though our industry can be an interesting place to be sometimes. Yet I'm sure we're all here because you feel the same way I do about this medium. And that's what's unique about the Choice Awards. They're chosen by us, by developers. I will say, it's a good thing I'm not on the jury personally, because otherwise, Vampire Survivors would win every award for every category. Best visual art? Have you seen how many things they fit on one screen? Best narrative? I mean, I'm engrossed. I'm invested. Social Impact Award? Sure, why not? Seriously though, big congratulations to all the nominees tonight, including Vampire Survivors. Our first award of the evening is for Best Audio. Whether it's the prelude in a Final Fantasy game to remind you of the journey you're about to begin, or the distinct, dreadful groan of a zombie in Resident Evil that gets your adrenaline pumping, audio in games can be incredibly affecting. Hopefully, you can experience those moments without a 13-year-old in your lobby blowing at your headphones with newly invented obscenities. Here are the nominees for Best Audio.
The nominees for Best Audio are Elden Ring, developed by From Software Inc., published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. God of War Ragnarok, developed by Santa Monica Studio, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Horizon Forbidden West, developed by Guerrilla, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment.
You were part of something bigger once. Something good.
Metal Hellsinger,
Wish I didn't.
developed by The Outsiders, a Funcom studio, published by Funcom, with special thanks to David Goldfarb, Sheila Wickstrom, Elvira Bjorkman, Nicholas Yerkberg. Stray, developed by Blue 12 Studio, published by Annapurna Interactive.
And the winner of the Best Audio Award is God of War Ragnarok.
thank you so much. I'd just like to thank, first and foremost, the team for just killing it, really. Bringing all their passion, all their hard work to this. It wouldn't be possible. We wouldn't be up here today. I'd also like to thank SMS for their leadership and collaboration on this. They're one of the best studios I've ever worked with. I'd also like to thank PlayStation. And also, I'd love to thank my wife, Isabella. I love you. You're amazing.
And a big thank you to all of our development partners. There's too many to name, but we couldn't have done this without you. And yep, all our friends, families, and all the fans that play. You keep us going, so thank you.
Tens of thousands of games are released every year. And while it's true that probably half of them are those bizarre mobile games you see in ads where you have to mow down 20,000 monsters with a semi-truck, or pull the right pin to prevent Peter from Family Guy from getting covered in lava for some reason. But a lot of new games are original and inventive and fun. Only a handful of games become greater than the sum of their parts thanks to truly inspirational design. Here are the nominees for Best Design.
The nominees for Best Design are Elden Ring, developed by From Software Inc., published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. Marvel Snap, developed by Second Dinner Studios Inc., published by Weavers. Neon White, developed by Angel Matrix, published by Annapurna Interactive. Stray, developed by Blue 12 Studio, published by Annapurna Interactive. Tunic, developed by Isometric Corp Games, published by Finji.
And the winner of the Best Design Award is Elden Ring.
Thank you, everyone. On behalf of the publisher, Bandai Namco Entertainment America, we wanted to thank all the fans here. And unfortunately, From Software couldn't travel for this particular award show, but they've sent a video for you guys. So thank you.
本日は素晴らしい賞をいただき本当にありがとうございます。ゲームデザイン評価していただいて、本当に嬉しいです。エルデンリングというゲームはですね、大きく2つのテーマでゲームをデザインしていました。一つは我々が近年追い求めている達成感のための難易度ですね。この難易度をより多くのユーザーさんに親しんでもらえるものにしたいというのが一つ目のテーマでした。もう一つは冒険感です。広大なファンタジー世界を縦横に冒険するといったようなシンプルなテーマです。この2つのテーマを実現するために我々は自由度という大きな柱を掲げてゲームを制作していきました。それは広大なフィールドそうですし、奥行きのある世界というのもそうですし、攻略の自由度そうですし、キャラビルドやロールプレイの自由度ということもそうです。こういった自由度により一方では難易度をより親しみやすいものにして、他方ではワクワクするような冒険感を実現するというのがエルデンリングの目標でした。正直 うまくいったところと、そうでないところ、反省すべきところ、失敗したところ、結構あるんですけれども、そういった部分は素直にですね、反省して次につなげていきたい、より面白いゲームデザインを実現していきたいというふうに決意しています。本日は本当にありがとうございました。
Every day, when I'm reading LinkedIn, I see so many insightful posts from thought leaders and thinkfluencers about the next great games industry innovation. NFTs? They're non-fungible, folks. The metaverse? Ready, Player One. I know I am. AI? You'll never have to pay an artist again. And shareholders love that. Thankfully, the nominees for the Innovation Award actually advanced the medium in a way that gave players something new and meaningful. Here are the nominees.
The nominees for the Innovation Award are Elden Ring, developed by From Software Inc., published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. Immortality, developed and published by Half Mermaid Productions, with special thanks to Sam Barlow, Natalie Watson, and Connor Carson. Neon White, developed by Angel Matrix, published by Annapurna Interactive. Pentiment, developed by Obsidian Entertainment, published by Xbox Game Studios. Stray, developed by Blue 12 Studio, published by Annapurna Interactive.
And the winner of the Innovation Award is Immortality.
Holy shit.
I don't
We
know
went
what's
up
going
against Elden Ring and won. I still haven't beaten the final boss of Elden Ring, but this counts.
Yeah, I feel like it's...
Oh my god. Wow. We weren't expecting this one, so I have nothing in my head.
I just want to say that, oh my God, I don't know if I'm really shocked right now. This is, I know all games are labors of love, but this was such a meticulously designed project, and Sam is the mastermind behind it all, and really every decision was so intentional and so genuine and so authentic, and I hope that love came through, and it means the world to have that reflected here. And thank you.
Oh God. Yeah, I mean, working with this team has been an absolute privilege. Everybody that has touched this project has really been so incredible to work with, and I think left a mark on it. And we're grateful and blown away, and honestly, in a little bit of a state of shock for me personally.
In addition, this is the first game that Natalie and Connor have developed, so...
Thank you.
The Pioneer Award celebrates the individuals who developed a breakthrough technology, game concept, or design. or broke through social barriers at a crucial juncture in video game history, paving the way for those who followed them. This year, we celebrate Mabel Addis for her groundbreaking work on the Sumerian game. It is my pleasure to welcome her grandson, Eric Johnson, to the stage to talk about her life and work.
Hi, everybody. It is an incredibly unique and momentous honor for my entire family and I to be here in San Francisco to receive this posthumous award for my grandmother tonight. My name is Eric Johnson. I am one of Mabel's 3 grandsons accepting the Pioneer Award for her this evening. I first need to thank everyone who played a hand in assisting us in being here this evening, notably your senior event producer for the GDC, Sarah Zalonis. Thank you, Sarah. So growing up in the 70s and 80s, I recall my grandmother sometimes saying, in my day, a woman had only 3 choices for their career path as they stepped out into the world: a nurse, a secretary, and a teacher. Gaga, as her 3 grandsons affectionately called her, chose the path of educator. In 1933, after graduating from Barnard College in New York City and majoring in ancient history, Mabel became an elementary school teacher, teaching for over 30 years in 3 separate school districts. And it was in the summer of 1962 that she took part in a grand experiment. This experiment would be in the form of an internship through a collaboration between the Board of Cooperation Educational Services, or BOCES, and IBM. Mabel was asked by IBM to create an educational-based computer game that would teach the challenging subject of economics to upper elementary age students. Her creation allowed its players to act as rulers of the Sumerian city of Lagash. The game would be text-based, where prompts from the mainframe computer had to be printed out on pieces of paper, with the students keying in their responses back to the mainframe via a keyboard. Monitors were not available at that time, so students were introduced to this virtual world, courtesy of a slide projector that would display images, even playing audio lectures through a cassette recorder. Upon its completion in 1966, this would become known as the Sumerian game. The game would be first introduced to a group of 26 sixth graders in the town of Yorktown, New York. And it is because of her work on this game, and I say this with an enormous amount of pride as we move through Women's History Month, that my grandmother, Mabel Addis, is considered to be the world's first female video game designer. As well, thank you. As well as the very first video game narrative designer of any gender, pioneering several features including narrative elements, cutscenes, and even content patches that can still be seen in modern titles to this day. The Sumerian game is considered to be the prototype for strategy and city building games and has been described as the world's first edutainment game. So my grandmother had an insatiable appetite for all things related to history. And as you can probably imagine, ancient history was truly her unrivaled passion. My grandmother was also a storyteller at her very core. And the unique opportunity to be asked to tell a story with all the latest and highest technology available to her at that time must have been simply intoxicating for her. When I was much younger, we would often have lively discussions about history in the living room of her apartment in my childhood home in Somers, New York. And her descriptions of characters and events, made by the inflection and tone of her voice, matched by her wild-eyed enthusiasm, were made so vivid for me as a child that I sometimes had to remind myself that she wasn't actually there in that time and place that she was describing. So I'm telling you that when I say this woman lived and breathed history, I'm not exaggerating. So as I now have the vantage point of looking over the entirety of my grandmother's lifetime, I'm able to clearly see the tenets for which she chose to hold the closest to her. Her family, her illustrious teaching career, and a special type of intersection where creativity, attention to great detail, and an unquenchable desire to impart information onto others met up. It is in that special place that I believe the Sumerian game was born. Mabel would never go on to develop any additional work beyond the making of the Sumerian game. She retired from her teaching career in 1976 and devoted the rest of her life to her family, her travels, and her community service. It has been almost 20 years since my grandmother passed, and almost 60 years since the development of the Sumerian game. So, if a life lesson can be gleaned from this posthumous award, I believe it is this. The most important things in her life, the work, the creative process, it was these things that brought her the greatest satisfaction and the most joy. And those had all been fully realized within her lifetime. So Mabel's family with us this evening consists of her daughter and my mother, Alexandra. Her great-grandson, Samuel, my son. Her great-granddaughter, Sky, my daughter. Her great-grandson, Lucas Johnson, who, by the way, flew in from Denmark just to be a part of all this. And my beautiful wife, Christy. I know Gaga is in this room right now, and she is beaming with pride. So thank you. Thank you from the bottom of all of our hearts for honoring her with this very special and fitting award. She truly was a pioneer in every sense of the word. Thank you.
Please welcome your host, Leslie Sullivan, back to the stage.
The most cutting-edge modern games require the expertise and labor of literally hundreds of creators. Concept artists, modelers, environment artists, animators, VFX artists, technical artists, and probably a dozen other job titles I'm forgetting, all toiling for years to realize a creative vision and awe-inspiring, ray-traced, gajillion polygon detail. And then there's some of the most striking imagery in games, scenes seared into our minds, and 5 developers made it, and it can run on a GameCube. The Best Visual Art category celebrates boldness and creativity in the art direction of games at both ends of the spectrum. Here are the nominees for Best Visual Art.
The nominees for Best Visual Art are Elden Ring, developed by From Software Inc., published by Bandai Namco Entertainment.
Thou shouldst take the crown.
God of War Ragnarok, developed by Santa Monica Studio, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Horizon Forbidden West, developed by Guerrilla, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Pentiment, developed by Obsidian Entertainment, published by Xbox Game Studios. Stray, developed by Blue 12 Studio, published by Annapurna Interactive.
And the winner of the Best Visual Art Award is Elden Ring.
Thank you very much. While From Software couldn't be here today, there's a few of us from Bandai Namco just here to personally accept everyone's thanks for this award. So on behalf of our colleagues at Bandai Namco Entertainment America, our colleagues in Japan at Bandai Namco Entertainment, and of course the masterminds at From Software. Thank you. And I don't just work on the game, I'm a huge fan, so I want to thank the player and the player community for their support of this game. We do have another video for this one as well.
こんにちは。フロムソフトウェアの佐藤と申します。エルデンリングでは背景グラフィックアーティストを担当していました。この度はベストビジュアルアートという素晴らしい賞をいただき、誠にありがとうございます。エルデンリングは絵画的なアートデザインや密度の高いオープンフィールドのビジュアルなどたくさんの挑戦をしたタイトルです。これらのコンセプトは開発初期から決まっていたわけではなく、ディレクターやアーティスト、レベルデザイナーがアイデアを出し合い、試行錯誤をすることでビジュアルの方向性が固まっていきました。最終的に独自のデザインになったかと思いますし、皆様から高い評価をいただくことができて大変嬉しく思っております。今後の作品においても遊んだ方の印象に残るアートデザインを目指していきたいと思います。本作を応援してくださった皆様、本当にありがとうございました。
It takes a lot of guts and a lot of hard work to release any game. But releasing your first game is a whole other level. The next category is Best Debut, which is only open to studios who release their first publicly available title this year. When you think about it, that means you only get one chance to win this award. So, good luck. Here are the nominees.
The nominees for Best Debut are Neon White, developed by Angel Matrix, published by Annapurna Interactive. Norco, developed by Geography of Robots, published by Raw Fury, with special thanks to Geography of Robots. Stray, developed by Blue 12 Studio, published by Annapurna Interactive. Tunic, developed by Isometric Corp Games, published by Finji. Vampire Survivors, developed and published by Ponko.
And the winner of the Best Debut Award is Stray.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor. It means a lot to us. We have a lot of people to thank tonight, starting with Vivian Kula, the co-founders of Blue 12 Studio. Thank you for taking this leap of faith 7 years ago to pursue their dreams. Thank you to all the so talented and passionate members of the team that joined us in this incredible journey. Thank you to all the people that supported us. We're very lucky, there was a lot of them. So our friends, our families, our partners, companions, obviously our dogs, our cats, they mean everything. Tao, I love you. Thank you to Annapurna Interactive. You guys are absolutely incredible. It's an honor to work with you every day. Thank you so much for all the help you gave us at every step of the way. Thank you. And thank you to the players who enjoyed Stray. We really made it with all of our hearts. And also, cat people, we know you're behind this, so thank you. Thank you very much.
The category of best technology is an interesting one because of the seemingly invisible work behind it. What makes games different as a storytelling vehicle, as an experience overall, are the systems that make games go. As a producer, I spend a lot of my time working with engineers, and even so, I'm still convinced that it's all incantations and witchcraft. Games are a truly unique fusion of art and technology, and the nominees for Best Technology push the envelope for what's possible. Here are the nominees.
The nominees for Best Technology are A Plague Tale, Requiem, developed by Asobo Studio, published by Focus Entertainment, with special thanks to Kevin Chateau. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, developed by Infinity Ward, Raven Software, Beanox, Treyarch, High Moon Studios, Sledgehammer Games, Activision Shanghai, Demonware, and Toys for Bob. Published by Activision. Elden Ring, developed by From Software Inc. Published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. God of War Ragnarok, developed by Santa Monica Studio, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Horizon Forbidden West, developed by Guerrilla, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment.
And the winner of the Best Technology Award is God of War Ragnarok.
First, I just want to say it's an honor just to be considered again alongside so many other games this year. It's been quite a year for games. And first, I want to thank our amazing tech art and engineering teams. And I truly could not be more proud of them today. And I'm truly honored to represent them. John, my partner in crime, all the managers and leads, our world-class art, design, animation, production, and audio teams that make us look good every day. Studio and game leadership, Eric Williams, Chad Cox, Corey Barlog, Yumi Yang, Megan Morgajunio, Ken Roy, and Yuko Yamane. The Sony, ATG, SIE Tech and Tools, and ICE, who are the unsung heroes of PlayStation Studios. Richard, Nick, Tobias, Simon, and David. And PlayStation Studios leadership for their continued support of our studio, Scott and Herman, and especially our families who supported us in our passion making this game. Thank you.
Please join me in taking a moment to remember those friends, colleagues, and coworkers who we lost this year, as we reflect on how much they added to our art, our industry, and our lives. This next category means a lot to me as a recovering narrative designer. I'm sure every person in the audience tonight has a favorite character or moment from a game growing up. The award for Best Narrative celebrates the excellence of storytelling in games. And the cool thing about storytelling is that anyone can do it. In fact, every video game executive I've ever interacted with has asked me if I've heard about the hero's journey. Wow, no, this is the first I've heard of it. Here are the nominees for Best Narrative.
The nominees for Best Narrative are God of War Ragnarok, Developed by Santa Monica Studio. Published by Sony Interactive Entertainment.
Do what is necessary, not because it is written.
I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. Developed by Northway Games. Published by Finji. With special thanks to Sarah Northway and Lindsay Ishihiro. Immortality. Developed and published by Half Mermaid Productions, with special thanks to Sam Barlow, Amelia Gray, Alan Scott, and Barry Gifford. Pentiment, developed by Obsidian Entertainment, published by Xbox Game Studios. Return to Monkey Island, developed by Terrible Toy Box, published by Devolver Digital, with special thanks to Ron Gilbert and Dave Grossman.
And the winner of the Best Narrative Award is Pentiment.
Sam, I swear I didn't plan this. I'm sorry. I am genuinely shocked to get this. Thank you so much to everyone. Friends and family, everyone at Obsidian, everyone at Xbox for all of this. I'm going to be a little bit of a hater, though. I do want to say something about GDC. I've been coming to GDC since it was at San Jose, and there are a lot of incredible people that come here, and there are a lot of incredible talks that get given, and a lot of people will never get to see most of that stuff. There's a big accessibility problem with this conference, and there's this has to do both with compensation and helping people with travel arrangements. This is an expensive city. And also people getting access to things in the vault. There are a lot of people in this room who work with the advisory council, and I would encourage you to keep pushing to help more people who don't necessarily look like me, who have different experiences, to be able to come here and talk, and for people around the world who don't have the opportunity to come here to actually see the wonderful things that people have to communicate about their experiences. So, geez, I don't know what else to say. Thank you. I do want to say thank you. I'm the narrative lead and the director, but also Kate Dollarhide and Zoe Franznik and Merton Radisep. Thank you so much for helping me with all the writing on this project. Wow. And of course, if you guys want to, I'm being horrible about this.
No, I'll just hop in for a second. It's just really satisfying to see a game that we knew was, we were all personally very passionate about and had a lot of shared interest in and cared a lot for, but to see that resonate with players and with fans and with other developers is just, means a lot. So thank you all for your support. Thanks to the support for everyone who facilitated Pentiment's development along the way, and all of our team members. They put a lot of heart into the making of this game, and I'm extremely proud of how it turned out. So thank you.
I just wanted to thank Josh for having such a clear vision for the team. To make something this strong and so clear can only happen with that kind of clarity. So I just wanted to thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Games are incredible in that they affect us beyond the experience of, well, just playing them and having fun. They can also touch our lives and our communities in meaningful ways. To get nominated for the Social Impact Award, studios had to do more than just change their Twitter avatars to a pride flag for a month. These games actually challenged the status quo and made a real impact in the global pursuit of justice. Here are the nominees.
The nominees for the Social Impact Award are As Dusk Falls, developed by Interior Night, published by Xbox Game Studio.
Family means sacrifice.
Citizen Sleeper, developed by Jump Over the Age, published by Fellow Traveler, with special thanks to Gareth Damian Martin, Guillaume Sangelot, and Amos Roddy. Endling, Extinction is Forever, developed by Hero Beat Studios, published by Handy Games, with special thanks to Javier Romeo, Pablo Hernandez, Daniel Viba, and Philip Negesbach. I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, developed by Northway Games, published by Finji. Oli Oli World, developed by Roll7, published by Private Division, with special thanks to Roll7. We Are OFK, developed by Teddy Deef and Team OFK, published by Team OFK, with special thanks to Teddy Deef, Michaela Foote, Jared Huntley, Nafisa Tung, Claire Gia, Omniboy, Taylor Reynolds, and Adriel Wallach.
And the winner of the Social Impact Award is Citizen Sleeper. Unfortunately, they could not be with us this evening, but they have submitted a video of their acceptance remarks.
I'm sorry I can't be there to accept this award. It's a huge honor to receive this award for Citizen Sleeper to be recognized in the social impact category, because Citizen Sleeper as a project, as a concept, has always been a game about what it means to be a person now. It's been a game about what it means to be marginalized, what it means to experience precarity, and so to be recognized in this category is really meaningful to me. I'd like to thank Guillaume Sangelot, the incredible character designer on the game. I'd like to thank Amos Roddy for his music and sound design. I'd like to thank Fellow Traveler, my publisher, who've just been incredibly supportive, and the way they support narrative and experimental game design is something I love. And I would like to thank my partner and my daughter for their incredible support and love that allows me to make these games. Thank you so much.
The Lifetime Achievement Award recognizes the career and achievements of a developer who has made an indelible impact on the craft of game development and games as a whole. Tonight, we celebrate the incomparable John Romero. It is my pleasure to welcome to the stage Warren Spector to introduce John, his life, and his work.
There are people in the game development world who have made a difference. And then there are people who have made a difference. John Romero is one of those all caps types. In John's case, that's a reflection of his formidable design skills, of course, but there's so much more to the man than that. For one, he's one of gaming's Renaissance people, a great designer with a million ideas and the coding and art chops to have made many of them real. And what of those games? Well, there have been a lot of them. John started making games as a teenager and has never stopped. I'm comfortable saying he's made more games than just about anyone in this room, certainly more than anyone else I know. But even that isn't enough to capture what makes John special and more than worthy of this long overdue Lifetime Achievement Award. You see, making a lot of games is great, but just look at the games he's made. The list is incredible. Working alone and with some of the most accomplished and acclaimed people in our business, he's made games that weren't just wildly commercially successful, but games that genuinely changed things. Wolfenstein, Doom, Quake, and more. In a very real sense, John was one of the key people who made gaming what it is today. Would we have the first-person shooter without him? How about multiplayer gaming? LAN parties and online gaming? User-generated content? Even early versions of esports and the free-to-play business model. A lot of you are in this room because of John's work. A lot of people outside of this room know about you because of John's work. Games have changed the world and become a cultural force, in part because of John's work. But there's more reason to honor John tonight. Everyone knows John's a great developer. Everyone knows the games he's worked on. What's less well known is what he's done for many of us beyond blazing trails we're still following today. John's contributions outside of development are what make him special to me. What many of you may not know is that John has made it possible for many creative people in studios to realize their dreams and succeed at a level they likely wouldn't have been able to achieve without his support. I'm one of them. At a critical moment in my career, John asked me to join him and made me promises that sounded too good to be true. A bigger budget than I'd ever had, the biggest marketing spend I'd ever had, and with no creative interference whatsoever from anyone. He said, "Make the game of your dreams," and then supported me in doing just that. He lived up to every promise he made. John was personally responsible for what I consider to be one of the high points of my career. And I'm not alone. The rest of you know who you are. And even that isn't enough to justify tonight's award. John is a guy who has given back not just through his direct contributions to the development community, but by supporting the preservation of our history through his work with the Strong Museum of Play. Clearly, more important, though, is his unwavering support of family, friends, and his embrace of the Latinx and indigenous communities of his birth. There's more to the story of his history, his heritage, and his commitment to both, but that's his story to tell, and I hope he'll share it someday. Okay, three more noteworthy things about John before I finish up. First, there's that hair, of course. His is still black. I don't know how that works. Second, in a career as long as John's, he could be forgiven for becoming a bit jaded, a bit cynical. That hasn't happened. John has never lost the sense of wonder that got him started on his journey through the world of games. He still has stars in his eyes when he talks about games, about the people who inspired him, and about how amazing it is to meet heroes who are everything you hoped they would be. Finally, never deathmatch with the guy. You will be fragged. There is one more thing to know about tonight's honoree. He's the lucky guy who's married to Brenda Romero, an ace designer in her own right, and someone who is clearly John's perfect partner. So let's give her the last word.
I don't know anybody who loves games more than you, John Romero. Congratulations on your Lifetime Achievement Award. You've devoted your whole life to games since you were 11. I think this is just amazing. Even though I'm not there, I'm there. Trust me, I'm there. Kavorjigus and a big bulabas from all of us here in Ireland. Gurv Mila Mahagwiv, GDC.
Now, join me in honoring this year's Lifetime Achievement Award winner, John Romero.
Thank you so much for this amazing award. It took a lifetime to get it. I'm deeply honored and humbled to receive this Lifetime Achievement Award. It's truly an extraordinary moment for me. Reflecting on my career in game development, I've been fortunate to work with some of the most talented and creative individuals in the industry. In particular, Tom Hall, John Carmack, Adrian Carmack and I were at the right place at the right time with the right people. And I'm so proud of the collective impact that we had. I'm also grateful to my current team on my new shooter. Keith Ronan, Manu, Katie, it's a big team. So I'll stop there. You know who you are. Thank you for continuing the journey with me. I'd also like to take a moment to thank my family and friends for their unwavering support over the years, some of whom are with me tonight. Mom and Dad got me that Apple II, and that changed everything. My kids and grandkids, thank you always for supporting my work and inviting me to play your games too. I could not have accomplished all that I have without you. Brenda, you're the love of my life, my partner in everything. Finally, I want to emphasize that this award's not just about me, but it's about the broader community of game developers who have dedicated their lives to creating unforgettable experiences for players around the world. We have a unique opportunity to shape the future of interactive entertainment, and I believe that we can make a positive impact on the world through our work. So thank you again to GDC, and thank all of you for this incredible honor, and thank you for playing my games.
Please welcome your host, Leslie Sullivan, back to the stage.
We've arrived at the Audience Award. To be totally honest, seeing this as a category tonight made me a little nervous until I found out the parameters around this were set. You chose from a predetermined list. And thank goodness. If it had been an open submissions situation, who knows what would have popped up here? Have you ever browsed all new releases on Steam? Anyways, let's see what you sickos voted for to win the Audience Award. And the winner of the Audience Award is God of War, Ragnarok.
Okay, that was unexpected. Whoa, I don't know what to say. Well, I just really want to thank, the audience. Thank you so much for all your support. Without the fans, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be making these games without all your support. So thank you, God of War fans, and thank you everybody that voted for us. This is really amazing. Thank you to all the team at Sony Santa Monica. You're all out here. Thank you. Applause to you guys. And we just want to thank all our families for all their support, especially during this tough time of this production time that we went through in the pandemic. But we got through it, and we did it together as a team. And I just want to thank Sony for all their support, for always being there for us to give us the creative space to make this kind of game. And yeah, we're really surprised. You guys want to add anything to this? All right, well, yeah, it's a shock. So thank you so much, and let's move it on to the next award. Thank you.
a game great? It seems like a nearly impossible question to answer, because how do you compare the wildly different experiences games offer? Just look at some of the past winners of Game of the Year: The Sims, Shadow of the Colossus, The Last of Us, Inscription. These games are so divergent from what they're like to play to the context of their development. And yet, every year has a Game of the Year. Ultimately, we have to judge the year's best games by how they impact us. These are the games we couldn't stop playing, we couldn't stop thinking about. These are the games your game director couldn't stop name-dropping in meetings as justification for throwing your roadmap into complete and utter disarray. Here are the nominees for Game of the Year.
The nominees for Game of the Year are Elden Ring, developed by From Software Inc., published by Bandai Namco Entertainment.
For all of us.
God of War Ragnarok, developed by Santa Monica Studio, published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Immortality, developed and published by Half Mermaid Productions, with special thanks to Sam Barlow, Natalie Watson, and Connor Carson. Pentiment, developed by Obsidian Entertainment, published by Xbox Game Studios. Stray, developed by Blue 12 Studio, published by Annapurna Interactive. Tunic, developed by Isometricorp Games, published by Finji.
And the winner of Game of the Year is Elden Ring.
All right. On behalf of the publisher, obviously this has been an amazing journey for us. So we'd like to thank, first of all our fans. The engagement that we've seen for this game worldwide has been pretty unbelievable. I've been in the industry for about 25 years, never thought that this would happen. In particular, all our teams, Bandai Namco Entertainment worldwide, all the marketing teams, the social teams, the PR teams, digital sales, retail sales that have done an amazing job. We hope to be able to deliver some great content in the future. And obviously, last but not least, we'd like to thank From Software for delivering such a masterpiece this year. And obviously congratulate all the nominees. It was a very difficult category this year, Game of the Year. So congratulations to everyone. Thank you.
ですね、このビデオ実はまだゲームオブザイヤーを受賞できているかどうかわからないという段階で収録しています。なので、非常に不安でしょうがないんですけれども、このビデオが皆さんに見ていただけているということはですね、ゲームオブザイヤーを受賞できたということを思っているので、非常に嬉しいです。本当にありがとうございます。フロムソフトウェア、そしてバンダイナムコ、あるいはフロックネーションをはじめとした協力会社の皆様、あるいはですね、素晴らしい神話を執筆してくれたジョージ・R.R. マーティン氏、そうした素晴らしいですね、私の尊敬するエルデンリングチームのみんなとですね、この大きな喜びを分かち合いたいと思います。 今回の賞に関してはですね、特にそのゲーム開発者の皆様から選んでいただけたということで、喜びもまた大きいものになっています。私もですね、一開発者として、こういったカンファレンスの情報はもちろんリリースされる多くのゲームにですね、刺激を受け、感銘を受け、感動させていただいています。そうした一人の開発者としてですね、同じ開発者の皆さんに選んでいただけたということは非常に大きな喜びです。本当にありがとうございます。そして最後にですね、全てのですね、このゲームをプレイして楽しんでくれて、そして支持してくれたユーザーさんに最大限の感謝を伝えたいです。皆様のおかげで私も我々フロムソフトウェアも自分たちの作りたいものを作るということを実現できています。本当にありがとう。大げさな言い方になってしまうかもしれないんですが、皆様とユーザーさんのみんなと同じ時代にゲーム開発に従事できたというこういうことをですね、本当に幸せに思っております。今後ともよろしくお願いいたします。ありがとうございました。
Congratulations to everyone, nominees and winners alike. I'd like to thank everyone who made this show possible, and to all of you for allowing me to be your host tonight. It's truly been an honor. I love this industry, and seeing you all here tonight fills me with hope for the future of games and for the safety and happiness of the people who make them. From the bottom of my heart, thank you again, and have a wonderful evening.